So you guys were one. I'm hearing a lot of you guys. You guys wanted a theme song shortened, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that. And when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So it's shorter. There you go. Crazycatlady or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair use, educational, for and entertainment purpose.
Okay. Well, hi everybody, Martha here. I don't know how well this looks, but hopefully it's been a while since I've done a video like this. Anyway, hopefully you guys can hear me. I try to make the camera as close to me as possible because I still don't have a microphone for this. But this is for the Five Nights at Freddy's Felix book, Fazbear Frights. I didn't know what I was gonna do, if I was ever gonna actually read this book or listen to it. But I did find a copy of it, like an audiobook version on audio. But so I don't know how many stories is going to be on this one. It's going to be 3 like there usually is, or more. Because it looks like the audiobook has like 15 chapters, but the weird thing is none of them had chapters. In the other ones, you just read it until you finished it. Really, if you wanted to, you could do everything in one day. But I don't even know how many pages this thing has for the Felix first story, since I just listened to it on audio and the audiobook. The audio on audio. It doesn't even tell you how many pages there are for each one. But this one's called. The first story is called Felix, the shark. So. And this one is about an adult, a guy named Dirk, and he is playing chess with one of his friends. I think Jamie is one he's playing chess with, and he's like gonna get stalemate, or they're calling this a pending check, but I always thought that was called stalemate. I guess both mean the same thing. It's when you're not able to, when you have to draw each other. And Gordon says and Gordon tells them you have to accept that the game is gone. Nobody's gonna win. And Dirk, we find out later, looks a lot like a lot of characters in these stories. They don't want to admit that they're wrong. I've lost count how many characters in these stories are like that, and they are somebody throws a pillow on top of the board and makes it where he loses track of where all the pieces are, and they end up playing like a game like Stairs and Ladders, but it's called a different name, and they end up talking about Freddy Fazbear, like they usually do in these stories. And this time they end up adding a new character, and nobody called Felix the shark, and nobody believes him. And he gets really mad about it too. And nobody none of his friends believe him. Like Micah doesn't believe him, Logan doesn't believe him, Ginny or Gordon doesn't believe him, and he's storming out of the house because how mad he is that nobody believes him. And he's like one of those people who go searching for an answer until he finds it. Even does a road trip, I guess, too. So he's really stubborn. Even though he doesn't have much money, that's what he does here. He goes on a road trip to find out where is the shark. And he said it was in a tube, you swam in it. And I would agree. I would not want to do what would do with this. I would agree with his friends because I'm not a really strong swimmer, and I would not want to go in the tube like that at all. I would get and I don't know if I'm claustrophobic too, but that does sound scary. On her things it sounds scary. Nope, not worth doing at all for me. And so he ends up finding a small town of where he might find it, and he ends up finding that it's true. It looks like it's only one Five Nights at Freddy's that has a Felix, because it's a character, it's a person that only a guy made up individually, and for it. Henry did not make him up. The one who owned that particular Freddy's restaurant did. And everybody in the town, just like me, is terrified of it, but Dirk likes it. And he finds out that just I think it's the third or fourth time we find out that Freddy's buried in a hole, buried under a building somewhere. This is so weird. This is the fourth time we did this. And he ends up going to find out that how to get in there, and he breaks in, and he goes down there and gets himself basically. Not many characters make it out of these stories alive, and the same thing happens to poor Dirk here. And I can't read it to you guys since I don't have the book here. I wish I could, because this was a pretty scary scene. Because he ends up going down the tube and swimming, and looking to see if he can find Felix there. But he finds Felix, alright. But Felix ends up chasing him, and we're basically had the dunk from Jaws music basically playing in the background. I was listening to this don't, and yeah, because the shark ends up chasing him, and the animatronic gets stuck on his pants, and he can't get it off, and he can't get back to the beginning of it, and basically poor Dirk drowns because he ends up running out of air with the tube that he put in there. And so, yeah, so just like a lot of other characters in these stories, Dirk has joined the long line of characters of ones who don't survive their story. And it's sad because he ends up, before this, one of his friends, he calls one of his friends, and they say sorry for not believing him, and they were asking to send pictures, and they will never get to prove that I was wrong because he drowned. The poor guy. So, what do I think of the story? I don't know, why would they not let most people get physical copies of this unless you buy the whole entire box set of this? Because I can't find an individual copy of it on Amazon. The only way you can buy a physical copy is if you buy the whole entire box set. And I don't want to do that again. I don't want to buy all the books again. Because that thing costs almost $100 on Amazon. No way, not worth it. When I already have most of those things I'm going to get, I'm just going to get one new invisible book. Nope. I'm perfectly okay with not owning that copy. But that means I'll never have a complete set of it, but I'm okay. I don't have to have. It's alright. I'll survive! But this little story was okay. And it was a little treasure hunt that we have in this little story. Because the fact that he was using a story from the book that he got from the owner's daughter. The owner's daughter wrote after she ends up losing her brother, the same exact way that Dirk dies here. It's a little bit of foreshadowing, because what happens to the owner's son, he ends up drowning by falling a butterfly, and the daughter ends up having a necklace butterfly. So it's kind of a little bit of foreshadowing what happens to Dirk later on. And it's sad. I don't like a lot of times these stories do end up being scary, but a lot of times they end up being sad, and you end up feeling so sorry for what happens in it. But yeah, so I think horror can be sad and scary at the same time. But I'm gonna probably give this one a 7 out of 10. It's a great story. It's worth reading. So, or worth listening to. But I don't think it's worth you buying the whole entire box set if you already own the first 11 books like I do. So if you don't own any copies, you can go and do it. But if you own only 11 of them, I don't think it's worth it. I have not read the other 2 books yet. The other 2 stories. I've not listened to the other 2 stories yet. Because that's what I have to do is listen to them. So, yeah, go and listen to it. So, I'll see you guys later. Like, favorite, subscribe, and bye-bye.